Hey guys, Davey here from Box Advisory Services, and I'm here to quickly show you guys how to do JobKeeper application for steps 2 and 3. So by now you would have enrolled for a JobKeeper, and you basically selected that you want to be the claiming JobKeeper for your eligible business. Your business has significantly been affected, and you meet the turnover test. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is the turnover test that we did last month to work out what income you were planning to make compared to what income you earned in April or March, and see if there's a 30% drop in income. If there is a 30% drop in income, then you meet the turnover test. And if, as long as you're an eligible employee, then you can get JobKeeper for your business to refund you the amount on which you're paying yourself. So that amount is $1,500 per fortnight. So on top of that, what you need to do is report on a monthly basis your income that you've made previous month, as well as your forecasted income that you're going to make in the following month. So in this case here, we've forecasted that the client was going to make $4,300 in May, and we went back to their bank statements as well as the invoices and worked out they've actually earned $4,390 for the month of April. As you can see, they do actually meet the 30% test. If you were off on your forecast in last month by a small bit, then you're fine. But as long as you've done the record keeping and ensure that you had legitimately done the forecast and you believe that you were actually going to be 30%. Okay, cool. So now that you've met that and you've done that type of calculation, the next step is to pretty much jump onto the business portal, log onto your business account, click on business, and go into JobKeeper Enroll. So I don't need to click that because I'm already in there. Next step is to basically identify and maintain the employees eligible. So once you click this part here, you'll also be reporting on your monthly income. So like I said, you should always count your monthly income that you earned last month, as well as your forecasted income for the next month. Now that we've clicked on here, they're going to ask you a series of questions, basically making sure that you've read the legislation and the criteria of being able to claim. So we'll go over that 30% test again. It will also go over if you're employee and if you're a sole trader that's eligible for this amount. So you got to answer all these questions. If you do meet that requirement and you got the employee notice nomination form and that's all signed, click next. You don't need an employee nomination form if you are a sole trader. So just take note that if you're a sole trader, you don't have any eligible employees, you yourself are getting the amount, then you don't need to fill any forms out. This form that you're filling out is basically your eligible employee form for yourself. So the next question they basically ask is that you're going to get $1,500 starting from the first fortnight that starts on 30th of March. So right now you just need to select which month that you're claiming the wage subsidy. Because you have a turnover drop of more than 30% in April or March, then you can select April. You only select May if you believe that your May turnover is the one that's going to meet the turnover test. So scroll all the way down, make sure your information is correct. And then now it would ask you which fortnight you want to claim. So like I said before, if you're claiming that May will be your turnover month that you're going to do the test and meet the turnover 30% drop, then you're clicking not claiming yet because you're not going to claim it for April. But if you're claiming for April, you're going to claim for fortnight 1 and 2 because fortnight 1 and 2 is in April. So click on that and basically it will ask you a question. Do you want to include any more employees? If you want to include any more employees and you do pay your employees, then you'll click on this and basically fill out the information. You will need the employee's details, the tax file number, date of birth, and if they're eligible for JobKeeper. So you'll just need to make that declaration. In this case, this person's a sole trader and only claiming for himself. So as a result, would have a business participant claiming and $1,500, $3,000 altogether for themselves. All right, so once you've done all that, you need to make sure that you have the evidence required. So don't be too alarmed if you are forecasting the month of April and your April was a bit off. As long as you know that your forecast was legitimate and you actually believe that you were going to make a 30% drop in turnover and you're off slightly, you should be okay as well. So click next if that's the case. And the next step is basically filling out the turnover information. So because you're claiming for this, you would also need to put in your turnover that you received in April. So turnover is basically all the sales you received. If you're registered for GST, take out the GST you're only wanting to know the net amount, so exclusive of GST. So for this person, I believe it was 4,390. And then the May GST turnover, they expected to make a very similar amount again. So like I said, it's not very easy to work out your projected income for the next following month. So just make sure that you do a estimate according to what you know, but don't be afraid if the figure is going to be off or slightly off. It's not a big deal because you're going to provide that information in the next following month anyway. You're going to put the current amount anyway. But it's part of just record keeping for the tax office. So double check your bank details, confirm it's correct. If it's incorrect, it's not going to go into your bank account, obviously, so make sure that it's correct. So you would have saw some sort of evidence required prompts. So it's just basically telling you, make sure you do your turnover test, make sure you have bank statements to prove your income, and make sure you're keeping records of all your invoices as well. As long as you have your invoices, as long as you have your bank statements to prove the turnover test, as well as you've done the turnover test and you kept a record of it, like my spreadsheet that I just did for my clients, you should be fine. So follow the declaration, have a look at that, and if you're okay with all the declaration you're making, tick this box and then submit. And that's basically it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Again, this could be a confusing process, so if you're feeling confused, it's best that you get an accountant or an expert to fill in this information for you. Good luck, guys.